Hello, friends. My name is Pragati Ardeshna, and as you guys know, Apollo CBCC took an initiative to promote a cancer Mukt Jeevan. And today's topic is a common myth in oncology during the COVID 19 times. So, I would like to welcome Dr. Samrendra Das, consultant oncologist at Apollo CBCC. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Pragati, for a nice introduction. So we'll
Sir,
be
please.
starting our session. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
So
So,
we'll be
sir,
starting our session. Yeah, go ahead, please.
yes, सो सर मेरा पहला सवाल यही है कि ये जो कैंसर हम लोग बोलते हैं बेसिक जो नॉलेज होता है वो बहुत लोगों में कम है सो पहले तो हमें ये डिटेल्स दीजिए कि ये कैंसर होता क्या है व्हाट इज कैंसर एक्चुअली
So lot of people have this general question: What is cancer? So when you talk about cancer, this cancer cells are nothing but basically our normal cells, which are unable to control their growth. So any kind of organ in our body that harbors these cancer cells can grow, and that can result in a tumor. So that is what basically is cancer. That is uncontrolled growth of the cells that are normally present inside your body, which now, I mean, during the period of cancer grows, and it goes beyond of control. So eventually it develops like a tumor which grows, and the cancer cells keep on multiplying, and that can result in damage to the organ or other damages to the patient's body. So that is what is cancer basically in simple terms, if you explain to the general public. So that is the first question: what is the cancer?
यस सर राइट सो ये जो कैंसर है उसके अलग अलग टाइप क्या होते हैं किस किस प्रकार के कैंसर हो सकते हैं
So basically, we deal with three to four types of cancers. One is your hematological malignancies; those are blood-related cancers. Other one is the solid tumors, which are related to solid organs. And the third type, what we call as lymphoma, which is a malignancy related to the lymph nodes of the body. So these are basically three types, broadly three types, and there are further subdivisions among those in hematological, in solid, and lymphomas. So these are basically three broad types of cancer we deal with in day-to-day practice.
ओके सर सो ये जो अलग अलग तरह के कैंसर होते हैं उन सब चीजों के लिए ट्रीटमेंट क्या अवेलेबल है वो अलग अलग तरह की कौन सी ट्रीटमेंट इन सारे कैंसर के लिए अवेलेबल है
सो ये जो पॉइंट है ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, बिकॉज जनरल पब्लिक की ये परसेप्शन है कि सारी जो मेलिग्नेंसीज या सारे तरह की जो कैंसर्स हैं वो एक ही तरह की ट्रीटमेंट होती है, बट ऐसा नहीं है। जैसे कि हेमाटोलॉजिकल मेलिग्नेंसी ब्लड रिलेटेड कैंसर्स में हमारे मोस्टली मेजर टाइप ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट जो होता है वो कीमोथेरेपी होता है, और उसके साथ साथ कभी कभी रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट भी आती है। बट सॉलिड मेलिग्नेंसीज में यूजुअली क्या होता है कि इसमें तीन तरह की ट्रीटमेंट हो सकती है, जैसे कि सर्जरी होती है, या फिर कीमोथेरेपी होता है, या फिर रेडिएशन होता है। क्यों all the three types of treatment can be combined in solid malignancies, whereas other malignancies like hematological and lymphomas, these are basically dealt with primarily with chemotherapy. Some of them might need radiation treatment also. So practically there is a combination of all this, like surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation for the treatment of cancer.
ओके सर सो सर्जरी कीमोथेरापी एंड रेडिएशन पर हम लोग जब भी रेडिएशन की बात करते हैं तो इसका इम्पोर्टेंस रहता है कैंसर की ट्रीटमेंट में ज्यादा तो ये रेडिएशन थेरापी जो है वो क्या है कैंसर की ट्रीटमेंट में उसका थोड़ा सा
So
डिटेल्स हमें बताइए सर
या सो इसमें क्या है, लोगों की एक जनरल परसेप्शन है कि हम अगर किसी चीज को कैंसर हो गई है और हम उसे निकाल देते हैं पूरी तरह से, जैसे कि हम सर्जरी कर देते हैं या ऑपरेशन कर देते हैं, तो उसके बाद कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं होती। लेकिन ऐसा सारे केसेस में नहीं होता है। बहुत सारी मेलिग्नेंसीज और बहुत सारे कैंसर्स ऐसे होते हैं जिसमें आपको सर्जरी के बाद भी एडजुवेंट ट्रीटमेंट लेनी पड़ती है in terms of radiation and in terms of chemotherapy. So basically radiation treatment is given to finish off those microscopic disease that are left behind after surgery, or that cannot be dealt with surgery. So adjuvant treatment like radiation and like chemotherapy is as important as your surgery, as the first treatment of the cancer. So basically, there should be a combination of all those three, including radiation treatment.
ओके सर। कॉम्बिनेशन में जो ये हमारा रेडिएशन थेरापी है, अभी कोविड 19 का टाइम्स चल रहा है 2020 में, तो बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो ऐसे ट्रीटमेंट लेने लेने से डरते हैं। सो ये जो रेडिएशन का ट्रीटमेंट है कोविड 19 के टाइम्स पे, वो कितना हैम्पर हुआ है, लोग क्या डर रहे हैं इससे, और उसका ट्रीटमेंट कितना कंटिन्यू करना कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है इवन इन दिस कोविड 19 टाइम्स?
Yeah. So practically speaking, I mean, it has been difficult for every aspect of the treatment. For example, it is difficult for surgery also. It is difficult for chemotherapy also, and same applicable is for radiation treatment also. But the malignancy itself or the cancer itself is as serious as COVID. So you cannot delay treatments beyond a certain period of time, beyond a certain period of time, and all the treatments, whether it might be surgery or might be radiation or chemotherapy, has to be started within a speculated period of time with all precautions taken, all precautions that applies to all other specialties also, like you have to properly sanitize, or you have to use the mask, and all proper precautions has to be taken for all the malignant or cancer patients. That is applicable to all specialty, not only radiation, but that is applicable to all specialties.
ओके सर। अभी ये जो हमारा कैंसर का ट्रीटमेंट, जैसे कीमोथेरापी अगर लेने के लिए लोग जाते हैं तो वहां पे एक लोगों का कॉमन परसेप्शन है कि उसमें हेयर लॉस होता ही होता है। तो जैसे रेडिएशन थेरापी लेने के लिए लोग आते हैं तो वो ऐसे डरते हैं कि ये ट्रीटमेंट में हमको ज्यादा जलेगा या हमारी स्किन बर्न होगी, ऐसे बहुत सारे वहम लोगों को है। तो ये जो परसेप्शन है लोगों के, वो कब कितनी हद तक ये सारे परसेप्शन सही है, और ऐसा होता भी है या नहीं भी होता है?
तो इसमें जनरली क्या है, लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि व्हेन दे टेक रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट दे विल फील एन बर्निंग सेंसेशन, बट एक्चुअली देयर इज नो सच बर्निंग सेंसेशन. It is a I mean, there are side effects of the treatment that happens gradually. It is not on the day first of the treatment. It happens gradually, like if you have completed 10 to 15 sittings of radiation, and then after that those side effects starts. And those side effects that people or general public talk about, like burning sensation or the skin changes, these all things are temporary. They are not going to stay with the patient permanently. It is for a certain period of time during the radiation treatment, and as soon as your radiation treatment finishes, these things like skin changes and burning sensations gradually go off. So just like chemotherapy, you have an hair loss. The such side effects can be during radiation therapy also, but that depends on what side the treatment is being given. If suppose a non-hairy sides of the body has been given radiation treatment, then there will be no hair loss. So it is different for different patients. It is not universal that everybody will have hair loss, or everybody will have skin changes, or everybody will have burning sensation. So it depends the type of cancer the patient is having, and also the area which he or she is receiving the radiation therapy. So that depends on that.
Okay, sir. Are there any new technique available for this radiation therapy?
So gradually we have evolved from the older techniques to the new techniques of radiation therapy. Previously, like 20 to 25 years back, mostly we are using like 3D CRT, 2D techniques, and these were the techniques 25 to 30 years back. But now, with the evolvement of technology and with the evolvement of specifications, newer modality has come into play, like intensity modulated radiotherapy, image guided radiotherapy, like SRS, stereotactic body radiotherapy. So these are all newer modalities in which the precision to treat cancer cells by radiation therapy has increased, and by the side of it, the side effects has also been minimized in terms of like the skin changes that occurs during older treatment has gone down, like other side effects on other organs like your bowels or your head and neck structures, those all things have gone down. So newer modalities gives you a chance of treating the cancer cells precisely, and also side by side, you can decrease those side effects, those were there during the earlier times.
ओके सर। अब जब जब भी ये रेडिएशन थेरेपी की बात करती है तो मैंने जनरली ये कैंसर के साथ ही दूसरा सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ वर्ड है कि कैंसर के साथ ही लोग इसको यूज करते हैं। तो क्या ये रेडिएशन थेरेपी जो है वो और किसी डिसीज में भी यूज होता है, उसकी कोई अलग तरह के भी ट्रीटमेंट दी जाती है किसी और डिजीज में सर?
तो बेसिकली जो है, जो मेजर पार्ट ऑफ रेडिएशन थेरेपी है वो हम कैंसर्स में यूजुअली यूज करते हैं, बट लेकिन कैंसर्स को छोड़ के जो अलग तरह की कुछ बीमारियां हैं, जैसे कि हम बोलते हैं एकोस्टिक स्क्वानोमा बोलते हैं, एक हमारी जो ऑल्फैक्टरी नर्व होती है, जो ऑडिटरी नर्व होती है, उसकी एक टाइप की डिजीज है। तो उसमें भी हम रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट यूज कर सकते हैं। और इसको छोड़ के और भी कुछ डिजीज हैं, जैसे कि पिट्यूटरी एडिनोमा हो गया, ये हो गया, ये सब कैंसर्स नहीं है, बट इनमें रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट का बहुत अच्छा असर होता है और बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट होता है। तो ये सब चीजों में, जैसे कि एकोस्टिक स्क्वानोमा हो गया, पिट्यूटरी एडिनोमा हो गया, इस तरह की डिजीजेस में आप रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट भी यूज कर सकते हैं। आजकल तो नए टेक्निक्स के हिसाब से हम, एक बीमारी है जो कि बिल्कुल भी कैंसर नहीं है, जैसे कि ट्राइजेमिनल न्यूरोलजिया हम बोलते हैं, जो कि हमारे एक नसों की बीमारी है, जिसमें आपको फेस में बहुत ज़्यादा सेंसेशन या पेन फील होता है। तो उस तरह की बीमारी में भी हम रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट यूज कर सकते हैं, जो कि है कैंसर बिल्कुल भी नहीं, बट इस तरह की बीमारी में भी हम रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट यूज कर सकते हैं और जिसका काफी अच्छा असर देखा गया है।
ओके सर। अब जब कोई पेशेंट को रेडिएशन थेरेपी देना कंफर्म होता है तो उनका पूरा ट्रीटमेंट का प्रोसेस किस हिसाब से रहता है? क्या साइकिल रहता है स्टार्ट से लेकर एंड तक का? उस जैसे कि रेडिएशन थेरेपी स्टार्ट करने के बाद उसमें आरएफ भी आता है, उनके इमेजेस वगैरह भी लेने, तो ये साइकिल जो एक है रेडिएशन थेरेपी का, वो पूरा साइकिल किस हिसाब से रहता है सर?
तो जब कोई भी पेशेंट हमारे पास आते हैं रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट के लिए, सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन उनका वही रहता है कि सर हमको कितने रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट लगेंगे। अच्छा, कितने रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट लगेंगे ये डिपेंड करता है कि आपको कैंसर बॉडी के किस भाग में, जैसे अगर आपको हेड एंड नेक में है, मुंह के गले के भाग में है, तो यूजुअली हमें 30 सीटिंग्स लेनी पड़ती है। अगर आपको ब्रेस्ट कैंसर है तो ये 15 से 16 सीटिंग्स में भी हो सकता है। सो कितने सीटिंग्स लगेंगे और कौन सी टाइप की कैंसर आपको कौन से पार्ट में है उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है। सो इट वेरीज फ्रॉम समवेयर अराउंड 15 टू 16 फ्रैक्शंस टू 30 फ्रैक्शंस। और कुछ शॉर्ट कोर्स ट्रीटमेंट भी होते हैं जिसमें हम 5 टू 10 फ्रैक्शंस ही देते हैं। तो वो सब डिपेंड करेगा आपको किस तरह के कैंसर्स हैं और किस तरह की ट्रीटमेंट आपको लेनी है। तो हर पेशेंट्स में ऐसे क्या होता है, उनके बीमारी के हिसाब से, उनके कैंसर के हिसाब से, कैंसर की लोकेशन के हिसाब से अलग अलग तरह की सेटिंग्स होती हैं, जो कि लगभग सिंगल सीटिंग से लेके 30 सीटिंग्स तक हो सकती है। तो ये यूजुअली होता है। और जो इमेजेस की आप बात कर रहे हैं, जो हम रेडिएशन थेरेपी के दौरान करते हैं, इमेजेस एक पार्ट है रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट का, जिसमें हम क्या करते हैं कि पहले दिन जिस पेशेंट को आपको 30 सीटिंग्स देने हैं, उसके पहले दिन और 30 डेज के ट्रीटमेंट के अंदर बहुत अंतर हो सकता है। जैसे कि कुछ कैंसर सेल्स होते हैं जो खत्म होने लगते हैं, तो उनकी ट्यूमर की साइज कम हो सकती है। तो वो जो साइज कम होगी आपके फर्स्ट डे और 30 डे के बीच में, तो आपका रेडिएशन का जो प्लान है उसको आपको चेंज करना पड़ेगा। उसके लिए आपको इमेजेस वगैरह चेक करनी पड़ेंगी। उनको, पेशेंट्स को जिनमें रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट से बहुत जल्दी रिस्पॉन्स आती है, बहुत जल्दी ट्यूमर छोटी हो जाती है, उनको आपको फिर से इमेजेस लेके चेक करना पड़ेगा कि उनके पहले ट्यूमर की साइज क्या थी और अभी क्या है, और उसके हिसाब से आप रेडिएशन ट्रीटमेंट को मॉडिफाई कर सकते हैं, जिसके द्वारा अल्टीमेटली पेशेंट्स को बेनिफिट इन टर्म्स ऑफ रिजल्ट्स, इन टर्म्स ऑफ साइड इफेक्ट्स, ये सारे बेनिफिट्स आप पेशेंट को दे सकते हैं अगर आप ट्यूमर की इमेजेस प्रॉपरली ले रहे हैं, ट्यूमर को प्रॉपरली फॉलो कर रहे हैं ड्यूरिंग द ट्रीटमेंट। जो कि आपको कभी 30 सीटिंग्स लग सकती हैं, कभी 33 सीटिंग्स लग सकती हैं। तो पूरे एंटायर ड्यूरेशन में आपको इमेजेस वगैरह लेके इनको फॉलो कर सकते हैं।
ओके सर। पर जब ये पूरा ट्रीटमेंट जो साइकिल है पेशेंट का रेडिएशन थेरेपी का वो कंप्लीट हो जाता है तो क्या ये रेडिएशन थेरेपी कैंसर पूरी तरीके से क्योर कर सकता है? इज इट द अल्टीमेट क्योर फॉर द कैंसर?
So basically, the question arises that what was the radiation treatment given for? कुछ तरह की malignancies ऐसी हैं. I mean, there are some types of cancers in which results are pretty good, like your vocal cord malignancies. The radiation treatment is very effective and it gives good results, like prostate cancer, like breast cancer. So these all depends upon what kind of malignancy the patient is carrying, and also the stage of the disease. The stage of the cancer is very important. In early stages, if you deal with the radiation treatment, like the first stage and the second stage, the treatments are really effective with good results. But if the diseases are advanced, then the results will vary. So basically, the radiation treatment is effective, and you must look at the stage of the disease or stage of the cancer of the patient. If there is early stages, then it will respond pretty well. If it is advanced stage, then results will little differ. But though the treatment will be effective, but it all depends upon what stage the patient comes to you. If it comes on early stages, then the treatment is really effective.
बिल्कुल सर. सो अर्ली डिटेक्शन एंड अर्ली ट्रीटमेंट इज द बेस्ट थिंग फॉर इन व्हेन इट कम्स टू द कैंसर. सो
Yes.
सर मेरा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ये है कि जब ये कोरोना का टाइम में बहुत सारे पेशेंट हमारे ऐसे थे जो बोल रहे थे कि हम 1 महीना नहीं आना चाहते, बाद में हम रेडिएशन कंटिन्यू करेंगे, या फिर हम 2 वीक नहीं आ पाएंगे, हम बाद में कंटिन्यू करेंगे रेडिएशन. सो इज इट ओके?
So basically, what happens during COVID times? There are two or three protocols which has been brought into place to carry out the treatment of the patient. The first thing is how essential is your radiation treatment for that patient, depending upon what type of malignancy he or she has, and also the stage of the disease. So there is certain period of time after surgery or after the primary treatment which can be given to the patients, like 3 or 4 weeks after surgery you usually start the radiation treatment. So that period of time you can wait, but after that period is over, I mean, the window period after your primary treatment like surgery or chemotherapy, you cannot delay the adjuvant treatment like radiation treatment further, because that will result negatively on the cancer cells, because you have to deliver the adjuvant treatment to control the microscopic disease within a certain period of time after the primary treatment. So that may vary from 3 to 4 weeks to maximum to 6 weeks. You cannot delay the treatment beyond that point of time, because though there is risk of COVID during these times, also there is a risk of your cancer cells growing fast after you delay the adjuvant radiation treatment for certain period of time. So you have to come up with a balance between the both, and after taking necessary precautions for the patients and for the health workers, you can start the adjuvant radiation treatment.
ओके सर. जब हम अपोलो सीबीसीसी की बात करते हैं तो इवन इन द कोविड टाइम हमारा रेडिएशन थेरेपी परफेक्टली पेशेंट के साथ फ्लो में जा रहा था. तो ये जो हमारा अपोलो सीबीसीसी है वो रेडिएशन थेरेपी के लिए पेशेंट के लिए क्यों बेस्ट है सर? व्हाई दिस इज द वन ऑफ द बेस्ट ट्रीटमेंट फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल इन अहमदाबाद एंड गांधीनगर?
So the most important thing I would like to mention is that our center has two Linux placed here, and because of which we were able to schedule fewer number of patients over a period of time, and also we were able to place in a proper protocol for all the patients that were undergoing radiation treatment. We had a proper screening facility before the patient enters the hospital premises. We also had proper social distancing for the patients. We also have all our health workers, all our technologists, all our nursing staffs who have been undergone rigorous training to manage the patients in the COVID times. Also we had some of the technological aspects, like we had Arogya Setu app installed for each and every patients in their mobile before they undergo radiation treatment. So these are the few things we can we have taken care of during the COVID times. And of course all our patients, those were on radiation treatment during these COVID times, have done a good job. And also with the support of our operating staffs, our nursing staffs, and also our technologists, including our doctors, they have all maintained a proper discipline for the patients, and that all resulted that we didn't close down for a single day during the COVID times, and we had given or treated almost around 100 patients during COVID times also. So these are the few ways which helped us to deal with the patients during these difficult times.
राइट सर, बिल्कुल। सो अभी आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क पीपल, अगर उनके कोई क्वेश्चन है तो वो आपसे बात कर सकते हैं। ओके, हेलो दर्शन। Hello, doctor. Is there any possibility there ever being a vaccine for cancer?
So, there are a few studies or few milestones that have been achieved in regard to the vaccine for cancer, but it's still very preliminary stage. And it's not like that is a you give vaccine like for you take in the childhood for a particular disease. There are hundreds and thousands of cancer types of cancer. You cannot make a vaccine for each and every type of cancer, so it is difficult. But though there are some literature or some evidences or some science that has been undergoing, like you have vaccines for cervical cancer. So these are few cancers for which vaccines are available, but though for all types of cancer you can't have vaccine for each and every cancer, though there are some evidences or some sciences which have come up, and you do have vaccine for cervical cancer. So some particular cancers have vaccines, but most of them don't have vaccines.
Right. Thank you, Darshan. So next question is from Ashutosh. How often should we get tested for cancer? This is very
So
interesting question, I think.
yeah, that is a very interesting question. I would just like to mention here, there is no such specific test to for any particular. I mean, that depends upon if you have symptoms, if you don't have symptoms. There are certain risk factors which you can avoid to prevent cancer. There's not so test no such called test that you can get tested for cancer, but the risk factors like your smoking habits, like your drinking habits, like your like your environment habits. So these are some of the risk factors which you can avoid, and that will in turn prevent the cancer. But there is no such test. I mean, you can regularly go for a screening, like we have mammography for breast cancer, you can have screening for cervical cancer. Those are things are there, but you cannot get an test for a cancer which is not there already. We do have screening procedures for all those types of malignancies like cervical cancer, breast cancer, and head and neck cancer, but we don't have any particular test for a cancer. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Hi, Sapna. Do medicine actually work on cancer patient?
So that depends on what medicines are you talking about. So for cancer patients, the most important medicines are in form of like treatment, like surgery, like chemotherapy, like radiation treatment. So these are the treatments which we give for cancer patients. It's not like a flu or like a malaria or tuberculosis where you give some tablets. Of course, there are tablets in some forms for cancer patients, but those are also a type of chemotherapy. So medicines actually work on cancer patients, but particular medicines or particular type of drugs has to be given that are effective in cancer patients.
Okay. So next question is, how is cancer formed?
So I mean, this I had already explained in the beginning, but just let me repeat it. So it depends upon where in the part of the body you have cancer, and these cancer cells are nothing but your normal cells that are present inside your body that that continuously multiply and that loses inhibition to get control. So these cancer cells are nothing but the normal cells that are present inside your body, inside your organ, which have an uncontrolled growth beyond a certain period point of time, which can result in cancer. So this is how basically cancer is formed.
Thank you, sir. The next question is from Jaideep. What is the single most common cause of getting a cancer?
There is no such single most important cause. Yes, there are multiple risk factors, just like I explained a few minutes before, like the smoking habits, like your drinking habits, like your environmental habits. So these are all risk factors. There is no single most important thing that you can get cancer by doing this, or you cannot get cancer by doing that. So there are multiple risk factors for getting cancer, and those risk factors have to be avoided if you want to prevent cancer.
Thank you, sir. Sir, what do different stage of cancer means?
So this is a very good question. So different stages means we have usually four stages of cancer. So first stage, second stage, third stage, and fourth stage. So these stages depends upon how much the cancer, what is the growth of the cancer, or where is the cancer spreaded in your part of the body. Usually in first, second, and third stages, the cancer is limited to a particular organ or a particular site where it has started. But in fourth stage, it spreads to multiple organs, multiple parts of the body. So that is the basic difference between stages of the cancer. So in all the initial stages like first and second stages and the third stages, these stages the cancer is localized to a particular organ or a particular site of the body. But in fourth stage, the cancer cells spreads to different organs or different sites, and that results in fourth stage. So these are all stages of the cancer.
Thank you, sir. So, Vrunda Upadhyay is asking, does radiation therapy have any side effects?
Yes, of course, radiation therapy has side effects, but that will depend upon where are you giving the radiation treatment. Suppose you are giving radiation treatment in head and neck area, like we give for buccal mucosa cancer patients, also for tongue patients. We can have mucositis that usually occurs 10 to 15 sittings after radiation therapy, and that gradually subsides after the treatment is over. So usually it takes around 1 month of your completion of radiation treatment to all these side effects to settle down, and these are all temporary side effects which can be managed very easily during radiation treatment. So, like you can have mucositis inside your mouth, you can have mild ulcers in your mouth, your skin can become darker, the color of the skin can change, but those all things are temporary for a period of time, which will gradually recover as your treatment finishes. And usually it takes around 1.5 months after the completion of treatment to all these side effects to go down.
Thank you, sir. So next question, okay, this is again a very interesting question. इनका सवाल ये है सर कि कैंसर क्या genetically passed down होता है to the next generation?
तो जेनेटिकली ऐसे बहुत तरह के कैंसर होते हैं, जैसे कि कुछ तरह के कैंसर्स होते हैं जो जेनेटिकली पास डाउन हो सकते हैं, बट ऐसा नहीं है कि सारे कैंसर जेनेटिकली पास डाउन होते हैं. तो कुछ कॉमन कैंसर्स हैं, जैसे कि आपका ब्रेस्ट कैंसर हो गया, या फिर कुछ आपके इंटेस्टाइन मैलिग्नेंसीज हो गई. ये सारी कुछ कैंसर्स हैं जो जेनेटिकली पास डाउन होते हैं, बट ऐसा नहीं कि सारे कैंसर जेनेटिकली पास डाउन होते हैं.
Right, sir. Thank you so much, viewers. Sir, would you like to give any final message to our viewers?
So, my message to the viewers is, in general, I would like to suggest all the patients who have malignancies or cancers to, before you undergo any kind of treatment for the cancer, like surgery or radiation or chemotherapy, kindly be make an effort to learn that how is your cancer going to respond to all kinds of treatment, and try to look into other options, all the modalities of the treatment like surgery, chemotherapy, radiation therapy. If the combination is required, then you must be prepared for the combination of treatment, all the three modalities. If a single modality is needed, then a single modality should be followed. And you must know all the side effects and complications before proceeding for a definitive treatment of the malignancy. And also, people should not be afraid to take radiation treatment, because in this era of evolving era of newer techniques of radiation treatment, we have been able to deliver radiation treatment in a very precise manner without having lot of side effects, without giving a lot of comfort to the patients. So patients must not fear for radiation treatment, they should come forward for radiation treatment. And of course, there are some malignancies or some cancers where radiation treatment has been very effective if the patient reaches in early stages of the disease. So my general message to the public is, please don't be afraid, fear about radiation treatment. It is a very good treatment, provided you have been given taken care of all the precautions, and all the side effects management has been done.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And thank you so much, viewers, for joining us today.
So,
This was a wonderful talk with Dr. Samrendra Das. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
thank you all viewers. Thank you.